PC gaming. It's so versatile. From better graphics to faster frames, we have got it all. We got Game Pass from the Xbox as well as PlayStation exclusives ported to PC, even though it might take 1 to 3 years after their console release. But we will have plenty to keep us busy, and that includes indie games such as this one, as well as what we are focusing on today, mods. Mods can add so much to the game, from visuals like pink rise shields and wrap suppressors to hours of extended gameplay with community-made maps and remakes. And that's what we are focusing on today. After downloading and testing over 30 different mods on several streams, I've compiled my personal top 10 mods for Ready or Not 1.0. All the mods you see here today I've linked in the description below for you to play and try out yourself. Now if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and if you found this video useful, then give it a like. Now if you feel like getting in on the action, I stream every Tuesday and Thursday games like Ready or Not, 6 Days in Fallujah and other mill sims. In the head. Number 10. More money, more problems. The bank job. More Money, More Problems is created by a modder called Ghost. This map sees you storming a bank that has you fighting a group of armed men over 3 floors as they attempt to rob a bank. Your job is to save the civilians and eliminate the threat before they can empty the safe. Now Ghost has done a pretty decent job at creating a bank, however it's not perfect. The wall seems to be paper thin and you can hear everything, but so can enemy AI. But this seems to be more of a general problem than specifically to this map, as it's not the first time or the last I've encountered this problem while playing through these mods. Another negative I found is that all civilians use the same model, but again, this isn't the only mod that had this problem. Despite the negatives I have listed, the map plays really well and looks as polished as the marble floor when you enter the bank's folly. It offers a grounded SWAT scenario that has you covering small and large areas to test out your QCB capabilities. Number 9. The Superlabs Siege. Superlabs is a well designed and good looking map where you have to take on heavily armored and extremely dangerous suspects. This abandoned facility has been overtaken by a rogue group of militants and chemists manufacturing industrial amounts of methamphetamines. The map is created by Decomoff, who has created several other maps that are well received by the community, and some of them will certainly make another appearance on this video. The map provides a dynamic environment with large and small areas, and also includes environmental storytelling from chemical barrels all over the warehouse and even bodies being stuffed into the walls. This map also contains booby traps, so keep an eye open for those. Unlike some other maps on this list, this map is well lit, doesn't warrant the use of night vision goggles or a flashlight. All in all, this map plays perfectly and is a lot of fun, definitely worth checking out, as well as any other map by Decomoff. Before we get any further down the list, I would just like to mention that all maps have been tested with version 1.0 hotfix 4 of Ready or Not. Number 8. Mansion Intrusion. As previously mentioned, here we are, another map by Decomoff. Bet you didn't expect to see it so soon. Anyway, Mansion Intrusion has you arresting the owner of said mansion, however there's a catch. The owner has hired a security team who are willing to defend their employer at all costs. Overall, the map has a great atmosphere, from the dark taxidermy room to the libraries full of old books and Chesterfield couches. The basement is also hiding a dark secret, but don't get too distracted and get taken out by the hostiles. I also advise on bringing the night vision goggles over the flashlight, as it can be somewhat too bright. Considering the standard of the map, I was hoping for other character models to be used, as the red shirted gangsters and yellow topped women appear far too frequent across several of these mods, and the reason why it's so high on the list. As for the friendly AI, half and partially works, as they can't interact with doors and they will stop falling randomly after a while. However, you can just order them to follow you again with no problems. The enemy AI works great too. Even tried to flank my team despite not being very successful at it. Don't forget, all the mods you see in this video are linked in the description below, so give this video a like and let me know in the comments which one of these is your favorite mod. Number 7. Hell Comes to the Hills. Hell Comes to the Hills is a highly detailed custom map by Delta. The map is set in a residential home where the neighbors have reported screams and gunshots coming from the residential house. Witness description mention multiple masked men were outside the premises acting suspicious. Total number of suspects is unknown, civilian hostages are expected, and suspects are seen to be armed and dangerous. The map contains dynamic AI spawning, meaning that the number of locations and suspects and civilians will be different each time you play. A large focus has been given on the layout and assets placements to make it feel as close to a lived-in house as possible. The special focus on the facade and lighting on the map aims to make it feel as realistic as possible. This mod contains a large amount of assets created by Delta from scratch to make sure the map feels fresh and original, such as the child actor now can stream a room with a funny little Easter egg giving a nod to the Harry Potter movies. Overall, this map is perfect and on the level of the standard missions you will find in the vanilla game. Number 6. Operation Backfire, Industrial Estate. First of all, let me start off by saying this map is big, and by that I mean it's probably the biggest map on the list. This map is a conversion of the urban abandoned district by Scan Factory for the Unreal Engine. This map is then converted by Goose Studios. The mod sees you taking on the Samuela cartel that has occupied a disused industrial site in the middle of Old Town and is now using it to store illegal goods, and from there all their trade goes to the USA and Mexico. The map covers a lot of outdoor and indoor areas as well as a highly detailed objects like modular elevations, modular garage assets and other scan textures such as cars, pipes and many more. Most assets were built based on photogrammetry technique and properly optimized and hand tweaked. You can play this mod either at day or night by toggling it on at the loading screen. The lighting and the sun bloom is amazing on this map, however there are some rather dark areas that requires you to use your flashlight or night vision goggles. Like other mods on this list, all the suspects and civilians look the same. We got our gang members back and our yellow tank top wearing tattooed civilians also making multiple appearances. Another problem I found with this map is that the enemy AI can see you from miles away, so does your AI team, causing them to repeatedly shout orders at people. Number 5. Forest House. This mod is another conversion just like the industrial estate at the previous spot. This map uses 2 and 4K texture resolutions originally made by Finwood Studios for Unreal Marketplace and then converted by Rare Kiwi for you to play in Ready or Not. The lighting is also something to be pleased by on this map, as it just looks beautiful in the morning setting, but it can also be played at night. However, a flashlight and night vision goggles is recommended to clear the basement on this 2-story forest house. As well as day and night setting, this mission also lets you select your entry points. Because the doors are custom made assets, the C2 seems to be misaligned. To bypass this, shatter the glass near the handle or kick the door down to unlock. The AI has basic randomized spawn locations and cover generation, meaning no gunfight will be the same. Also note that the SWAT auto clear does not work perfectly, so you find that you might have to use it in several different areas of the house. Another positive is that the hostile AI has been well chosen for the setting and we don't see the default gang members like in the other mods. This is also one of the maps where the soundstage has been cared for and the occlusion sound propagation works correctly, meaning you should not be able to hear someone hum from the top floor while clearing the basement. This is another map that is on the level of the vanilla maps we see in the campaign and is something I expected from the Invasion DLC, so definitely check this map out for yourself. Number 4. Florida Man, Day and Night. Now this mod is a 2-for-1, as you get 2 missions in the same mod. The first setting playing out in the daytime and the nighttime mission being set 1 year after the events of the first mission. These mods are made by Stemner Awesome, who's also made maps like Hot Coffee and the Patriot Motel. Both maps are highly detailed and include mission briefings for the operator's tablet. The first map has you navigating a tense hostage situation that has come to a head following a failed home invasion, where you have to rescue an elderly Korean War veteran and bring hostage takers to justice. The night mission is set over a year after the original events, where you come back to the already declining neighborhood that has fallen further into near complete disarray. SWAT have been authorized to take a warrant for the 2 properties believed to be currently associated with methamphetamine and fentanyl production and distribution. Whereas the first mission can be cleared in under 10 minutes, the second mission expands the parameters and has you taking on a biker gang over a larger area. You can see a lot of work has gone into these maps and isn't a simple cut and paste job with a night sky added. trailers have definitely changed over the 1 year time period and have fallen further into disarray. These mods also feature randomized AI spawning, creating a different situation with each playthrough, so be careful and act swift so hostages don't get executed. On a side note, when loading mods such as this one, world generation might actually take a few minutes. Don't worry if the mission time is stuck at 0 seconds, your game has not crashed, it's just compiling shaders. Number 3. SWAT4 or Not, the Red Library and more. Oh my, what can I say about the SWAT4 remake maps? All of them are awesome and highly detailed. It was almost impossible to pick which one was my favorite. The detail is insane on these, even down to the audible mission briefing taken from the original game.
Its employees often work on Saturdays, and so we suspect that was the first unlocked office the gunman found.
These remakes are all made by Aerostatic, who has put a lot of work updating these maps but staying true to the originals. All of the music and ambient sounds have been taken from SWAT4 as well as creating updated upscale textures. Before starting each mission, you are also given the options of several access points for your team to enter the mission. Another positive is that full AI pathing is also supported. These mods certainly fill the nostalgia meter and are perfect if you never played a SWAT4 before and want to play them with updated graphics. The only reason these aren't on the number 1 spot is because they are remakes and not original mods. But definitely check out the other missions like A-Bomb, St. Michael's Medical, Victory Import Auto Center and many more. You basically have 2 games in one with these mods, as nearly every mission from SWAT4 is available as a mod for Ready or Not. I've listed a couple of them in the description below for you to download and play yourself. Now before we get into the next part and you've gotten this far into the video, I would just like to say a quick thank you for watching and sticking with us. A lot of work has gone into this video, so a quick like would be massively appreciated. Number 2. Private Airport. Now then, this is probably one of my favorite mods on the list, but I might be slightly biased as I've been playing Rainbow Six since the Nintendo 64 days. Even back then you were able to plan your team's route in the missions briefing for them to follow and execute. Honestly, the game was ahead of its time considering. I was also a massive fan of the Rainbow Six Vegas games when they came out in the golden age of Xbox Live, and the game that got me into online gaming. Now, you might wonder why I'm rambling on about Rainbow Six in a Ready or Not video. Well, this mod is actually a remake, and for that, it's the only reason I feel like I wasn't able to give it the number 1 spot. This mod is a remake of Rainbow Six 3 Raven Shield, in case you didn't recognize it. Like the number 5 spot, Forest House is also created by the rare Kiwi, and again he has done an excellent job. The map is so big, it was actually 2 missions in the original game created by Ubisoft, and the Kiwi has combined the 2 into one big map. After a joint American-British drug bust in the Cayman Brac has failed, leaving several agents down and others taken hostage, the kidnappers have taken refuge within a private airport complex and are threatening to execute their hostages. Your mission is to rescue the captors and eliminate the captors. Even though this mod is a remake, none of the assets were taken from the original Rainbow Six game. All textures, props and level geometry was either sourced from Unreal Engine Marketplace or other sources with appropriate licenses. The soundstage has also been taken into careful consideration. Attention to details such as ambient noise of crickets when playing the mission in the night settings are a nice touch. This mod is on par and even beats some of the vanilla missions in Ready or Not, and I like to give a special thank you to the rare Kiwi for giving me a chance to relive my youth with this mod. If you choose to only download one of the mods on this list, make it this one. Trust me bro. Before we move on to our number 1 pick, I just want to quickly remind you again that all the mods you see here today have been tested with Ready or Not 1.0 Hotfix 4 and have been linked in the description below for you to download and play yourself. If you think there's any mods I've missed out and I should be playing, let me know in the comments below and I will give it a shot. Number 1. Breaking news. We made it. Thanks for sticking with me until now. At number 1, we have Breaking News by CC Rivals. Now what makes this map mod so special is that it's made 100% from scratch. This map is built from independent assets aligned for a completely unique Ready or Not experience. That's set in a small modern office housing an independent media group. And because of this alone, the mod is a whopping 1.7 gigabytes to download. It also might take a minute or 2 to load up on first time. Now, the mod isn't perfect. What I would like to see is addition of a proper mission brief on the tactical tablet strapped to your chest, as well as updating the hostile and civilian model to something other than the default gang members and yellow top females to coincide with the map scenario. However, what is more impressive is that this is CC Rifle's first mod. Not just for Ready or Not, I mean first mod ever. He has come into this as a complete beginner with no experience in game development or Unreal Engine, and for this he truly deserves the #1 spot. Thanks for watching my personal top 10 Ready or Not custom made map mods, and let me know in the comments below which one you agree with and which one's your favourite.